Right, Edges, just going to take a short on GBPUSD. Squeezed that earlier, but it just doesn't look to me like it's just a squeeze. And this invalidation level is probably still the best one to have gone with. Let me just set my target, okay, here. So I think there's going to be a big crash coming, okay, just to end the month, okay. So let's break this down. I'm going to repeat what I said before, just to for the live trade example purposes when people watch it down the line. So what's the range for the week? Okay, so if I break this down, the range for the week, and this is all outlined in the review video anyway that I did last night. So let's do that. So the stop loss is about hang on, 20 pips, about 105 pip target, about 5R. Okay, so the mean for the week is here. Okay, this level is, so I don't need to mark that out. Um, that's one of the main aspects of the trade. Okay, the fact that when we respected perfectly dropped, so we should make a lower high here and start dropping now. And the Monday's low. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark a line now for that. Okay, there. I'm just gonna average it out there to engulf that. So previously when we deviated, I was expecting this to hold. Okay, it didn't. So this was a deviation above it, and then this is now another deviation. So far we're carving out a lower high, so if this is indeed was a squeeze on the shorts, it should drop hard. Okay, and yesterday's low is going to be pivotal because the clean break of yesterday's low, that really opens the gates to new lows. Okay, I think it won't just stop there. I think it'll go for new lows. And I spoke about a bit of a gap here, that this high wasn't retested, so it makes more sense to take out this low here. Also, keeping in mind that we're in this consolidation here, okay, and this is the low that broke it out, so the big liquidity, I think stuff's gonna be resting there. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for. Let's see how this goes. I mean, it's late in the day, but a cable being cable is able to do some big moves easy. Okay, so let's see how this unfolds. Okay, target one area would be obviously this, because this was capping the market. We deviated it here twice, failed, and then shot up. Okay, and looking across the board, for example, at euro, still looking weak. Okay, so I think cable is gonna shank. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, so it should be quick. Should be quick, especially when we get back below Monday's low. So what was the previous price action like when it deviated above? Monday's high. Monday's low, sorry, it got back below it, didn't waste time dropping. Obviously this was a grind down, but if this is indeed just a squeeze, now that's below that, we should start dropping hard. And now that that's happened, I could probably reduce my risk. Okay, and I'm gonna add another position on, because we shouldn't really go back above that now. Keep the stop loss there. Oh, yeah, just keep it there, it doesn't really matter. And just there. Okay, so how far is it? I mean, can you do this in there? Cable being cable, wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, let's see how this unfolds, and I'll update as price unfolds. One more thing before I forget, because I'm doing the profit taking video, okay, um, use as confluence, okay, the FIP extension. This will be in the profit taking video anyway, from high to low, the high that caused the low, 200% extension as well. Okay, there. So this will cap the market. It's gone to the extreme end of the range. I'm seeing this as a deviation now. Any retest now should be like this, should be like that, drop. Okay, if it's gonna do a pullback. If not, if it's just gonna drop hard, it'll just fucking shit the bed hard. Yeah. Also, to confluence the idea, um, to explain some of the squeeze, is Euro GBP. Okay, so Euro still held below the kilo. Um, this was driven down by obviously cable strength, so it's coming to key support now. Even this, I'm just for a bounce in here or to hold. This should now probably cable should start dropping now. Okay, so retest, drop hard. May actually add another one if you can get below previous day's low here. So for example's sake, something like this, if it bounces. So I'd probably then trail my stop losses today if this happened, and add another one here and expect a big expansion down. But still early, let's see what happens. So just add a few more levels on. Okay, what we want to see is for price to get below here. Okay, so let's do that in different color. Down here. lagging so much. So I'm gonna go to meeting on. Yeah. So obviously just basic SR really. Okay. So resist. So this was one range. Okay. Resistance, breakout, held, pushed up, finding support here. So normal bounce fine. Once you get back below here, you should be fast and aggressive. Okay. If they are to take out the stops, and if this was indeed a squeeze, we should push below here. So this would then be, I would then consider this as a deviation of this range. Okay, just ranges really. When it gets below another range, you know the score. Let me just mark our measured movement, see if it's equal measured. 27, yeah, more or less the same, equal. So it should come back below. So it shows you he's trading within a 27, 28 pip range using using this low. If I'm considering this the deviation, I'm only gonna go with this as my marker. So let's see. Well, this is dropping quicker than I expected. Okay, which is good. It's a sign that obviously this was a squeeze. Typical cable fashion. Okay. Fucking fuck. Cigarette keeps going off on me. 1 second. So yeah, let's see how quick this can go. Right, just an update. Okay, so we've had a nice breakdown. Okay, it's taken out these lows. I still don't think it's done yet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce my risk stops. I'm gonna bring it up to here. Okay, so we found support there, we smashed through it. So any pullback now, this needs to cap the market. Little deviations, okay. So just to trail my stops now. Okay. Um, Still believe we got much more downside to this. This looks exactly like something I've seen before, fractal I've seen before. So a pullback into here is fine. Okay, and there should be a fast smash down. At least take our low of the day. So if it takes that low of the day and starts, gives me that breaking mark structure pattern I go on about, then I may have to exit the position or close most and really be aggressive with trailing the stop. So yeah, a little pullback and then we should continue down. Take out low of the day at least. Okay. Yep. So I'll update as price unfolds. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave a limit order in. Okay. Here 121.96. Stop loss at 120.08, okay, and the target 121.08, like I mentioned, okay, just in case we wick up into that, okay. If we don't wick up into that, then the scenario I'm going to be looking for is to a clean break of this, and then I'll add there. At that point, my stops will be trailed to this high here. So if this is the high that breaks it, then my stops will be trailed to there. I'll cancel this order and I'll add below here. Okay, I left limit order in because I know I've got a clear validation level. So this is a very rare time I do use limit orders. I don't often, as you know, I'm more the type that enters that market. But yeah, see if you can get it. The only reason what maybe we may not get it if it's really gonna gun a lot lower, this could be that it hinges off of. Okay, so I mean yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see if you can push into there. If not, get under yesterday's low, and then we look for the expansion to the downside towards target, and we'll see what he does. Does he take out this low and completely smash through it, or does it reject? If that's the case, then we may have to start scaling out. Okay. Looks like we may not get that pullback. So just in case we don't, I'm going to enter. Okay. Keep a stop loss there because that's where my validation is anyway. Cancel this order, and I'm okay with it pulling up into there. I just don't want to run the risk of it just going out without me. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm expecting fast movements. Okay. Even if it does pull back into, that's fine. It's within my risk parameters anyway. So just yeah. So I'm still aiming for the same target. Okay. And if that happens, then I'll add the remainder below here and then just start trading my stops and scaling after that. We should at least take out this low. Okay, we should at least take out this. So then we'll see, does it have enough momentum to carry on towards 121.10? Okay, we'll have to wait and see. Okay. What I'm going to do is, if this is a flush, then may not get the pullback I want. Okay, so I've set a sell stop there. Why there? Because this was the initial low of the day. Okay, so once that goes, I reckon it'll just do any pullback, probably minimal, and just be a fast follow through. Okay, so I've set a sell stop there. My risk, if this is indeed the high and it drops from here, then all my stops will be reduced to here. Okay, so it's fast environment, like I said, I'll just enter a mark here, you sell stops. Okay, as long as I know where I'm wrong, I'm not really fussed about exact entries. Okay, it's all about, for me anyway, it's about the invalidation level and um, controlling my risk. Okay, so even though it may look like I'm adding loads of positions, at the same time I'm reducing my risk each time. Okay, I'll only add once, I'm able to reduce my risk. So let's see if we can get a fast flush lower. Okay, and even if I use two fib extensions as targets, okay, they're quite useful. Low of the day to high of the day, where does that bring us to? So I've got to mark out, can't just keep hoping for my ideal target. Does it line up? Yeah, 161.8, should get the 161.8. So let's mark these out anyway. The 127.2, okay, and the 161.8, and then 200 is below my target anyway, so that should more than suffice. So then keep that there. Okay, so let's see if we can get a flush lower. As soon as this low is taken, my stops are going to be trailed all the way back down. This can't be fucked editing, so I'll just keep it recorder going. Got the nice euro just shanking completely. So the setup for that I posted was retest. I really thought cable was going to do it. Euro GBP shit in the bed hard, so obviously euro's taking the lead. But yeah, that's, where's it gone? Here. Okay. So just giving a bit of a case to why it could fall from here. Now I don't put too much emphasis on the 1 minute because it's just too volatile. Or the probabilities of these sort of patterns working aren't as high probability. But if we look, if this is the consolidation, focusing on this consolidation, push the market up, one bit of support broke below it. This is a decent enough reason. It doesn't, as long as there's clear validation for it to, shit the bed from here. Okay, using this little range here, pushed it up, below it, sell. And like I said, these sort of setups, if it's a fast environment, in slow environment you usually get a deeper pullback, but if it's gonna gun for the certain targets, then any little pullback, for example, when I speak about a trending environment, ideal pullbacks like this, and then to retest there. But what about when you get this and you're looking to buy here, it doesn't do that? Well, it's the same for the inverse of this. So that it doesn't give you the pullback into there, just a sign of a fast environment. Okay, so that's why sometimes I may enter early, but as long as my risk in control, it's all good. So as soon as this low can get taken, my stops are going to be trailed. We're approaching end of day, so, well, not end of day, but quite late. London close, so we should be getting fast movement down. Is it going to be equal leg? So where does the equal leg take us? So from that high to that low, equal measured move takes us around there. How far is that from objectives? About 12 pips. Yeah, that'll do. So let's see. So while that's falling, someone was asking me about Bitcoin. Okay, let's quickly go to the Bitcoin chart. So explain the same fractal. So the fractal is explained in the live session. Okay, but it's the same thing. Consolidation. Take out this low. My idea is to sell off this quarterly level here. Okay, so that's that quarterly level, but that's the range low there. So after you get some sort of pullback from there, and then up into that. Okay, and then ideally we don't really want it to make a daily close above here, because that was that range high on the daily I was speaking about. So if you can give me that, that would be my trigger. And then once it gets back below that range low again, and it shouldn't really do that if it's to push higher, but we look for bearish scenario, we're expecting this to break, then you pull back to add to that. Okay, so someone was asking about the long. I mean, yeah, I feel short-term counter trend long, risk there, at least into there, but I'm not really looking to go counter trend for this. I don't really swing trade this. I'm not into day trading Bitcoin, but yeah, that's for that Bitcoin. Someone was asking me just to clarify that point. Okay, so yeah, that's valid counter. So is this gonna fall now? Let's quickly have a gander. Euro, yeah, euro's fucking shit in the bed. Fuck me. Dollar yen pushing back up. SPX finding support that mid range. Okay, the midpoint between mid range and there. So nice support here. Not really fussed about this. Got oil again. July low. That's been so fucking pivotal for this pair. July low. Pound yen. Okay. Go back to the cable. That's the focus. Just taking its time. So we're coming towards the hourly close in about 12 minutes time. I'd love to see something like this just shit the bed completely like that. Right, so I'll just pause the recording and we'll just get back to it. See about the range. So from this low, this was the low that took it above this high here. So I could slightly mark this out as a range. Okay, probably more than that. It's probably better low this here. And evidence, or not evidence, but to support the idea that am I using a right range? Okay, it all depends on what's the behavior around it. So in this case, that was the initial low made, obviously the deviation. Okay, so it tells me that that's probably more important level there. Broke it once, pushed above, found support there again. Now we're trading below that, so we should really start breaking down. Okay, especially if you're expecting a quick stop run of the longs. So I'm just expecting a flush lower. So yeah, I'll just pause it for now again. Every time I pause it, right, it starts moving. Fucking hell. Oh, by the way, just to make sure, clarify, this stop loss here, I haven't trailed the stops. That's the stop loss for this sell stop order. Okay, so in case that is the high, if that triggers, then that will be in place. So I haven't moved the ones that I'm already in. I know there's gonna be a few fuckers that can be, you left a fucking stop loss, go fuck your mom. So if this high does get taken, I'll cancel this sell stop for now. It still would be valid, but at that time, if it does make a newer high, for example, it takes out this high, then there's gonna be a newer invalidation level. I can't use that as my stop. It's gonna be one of the swing highs at that point. So let's see what the H1's looking like. Just like we use the daily, when it's approaching the daily close or weekly close, you leave a wick in. So about 9 minutes from the close, this could be wicking, push up a bit, get some buyers in, and then boom. Really think within the next hour, I don't really want to hold this beyond 6 p.m. UK time. I want to be out. So going back to using this range, okay, usually I like to see the type behavior, the close. So for example, using that range, obviously a 15 minute doesn't really mean much, okay, it's just, but the fact that it closed below that, I spent time below that, for me, that increases the odds that that could be a high in. Again, that is got to confirm. So if it is got to push a higher, where could it do it from? So just mark out this little range. That. So a close below here was a big deal. It's like the dollar CAD one we took. I'm being annoyed to close that fucker early. Short from there, hit exact target. So if you remember from the New York live session, I spoke about this. Okay, this range here, and as soon as it pop up, I did close it, but boom, something like this crash. That's what we're looking for. No, it wasn't there. Sorry, it was here, and then a fast drop. So at that point, I did trade it to the 50%. So just watch the New York live trading session for that, because I broke it down in that. So now we should start rolling now. So approaching the end of the hour, less than a minute left. See, I didn't want to see a fast move at the end of the hour. I don't want it to get triggered, because often it could lead to like a swing failure. But let's see if I'm correct regardless, even if it does triggers me and then pushes up, I couldn't give a fuck, because if I'm correct, that high should hold regardless. So what I want to see is, as soon as the candle opens, let it do the wick up. Okay, hourly open, let it do the wick up. But even if it's into there, this should cap the market now, because now it's below previous day's low. Okay, you want to mark around the higher time frame. I say higher time frame, it's just previous day's low, but it's regardless, in the context of things, it's important. So okay, new hourly's opened. Want to see a move up now? So let's move up now. And what I can do now that it's broken this low, I'm going to trail my stops to these. That's the new validation. Okay. I don't even have to wait for a trigger for this now. I can delete this and I can enter now that that low has been taken. We should not go above here. So I'll add in position manually. Let's see how far I can go up. So I'll mark out the open, the hour. Okay, just how you can use it like a daily open strategy. Push up, oopsie daisy. Let's mark out the open there. Oh, fuck you. It's fucking hey MT4 man. As much as I hate it, it's the only one I'm used to. So yeah. So let it do its thing, retest that, okay? As soon as it goes back below it, I'll just smack that bitch out market. Because then we should get momentum down such that the wick of the hourly candle should be in. I mean, even the 4 hours closed. Okay, still a retest there and then just expansion now. And the fact that we close on the 4 hour and the hourly, okay, I'm here with it, but usually the first one, if it's going to be a deviation, you accept it. But if it's going to do it for the second time, then most likely it's going to drop. Follow through, should follow through, okay? So let's see what it's going to. So I'm going to get ready to short it soon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with entering here as well, because I've got a clean validation number, so whatever the pullback is, it doesn't really matter. So let's see what it does here. Does it retest this? These lows here. Just waiting on that trigger. I'm just being picky here. I mean, I could just easily enter here right now. Let's give it a couple of more minutes. Let me just quick look on the H1. Yeah, that was the previous hourly close there. Could this be a range low? So technically this could be considered as a range low as well, just like we did here. Okay, what was the significance of that? That was the low. We tried to deviate it once, failed. Obviously this is on a 1 minute chart. The probability of it doing on a 1 minute chart is not as high as say the H1 or so, but it's fine. So if we're considering in terms of deviation, if it's gone back above it, that's a deviation of this low. Let me mark it on market. Obviously it's going to be different data feeds, but I'm not too bothered about that. It doesn't make that much of a difference when you get a clean validation level, regardless whether it does the deviation or not. My validation level doesn't change, which is that. Okay, just looking for any technical reason to enter. Okay, so technically this could be considered as a deviation. So let me just box that out, and that could be enough for it to sell off of that. So I'm just gonna so if it's correct, we shouldn't waste time pushing lower. Okay, so it's done the consolidation here. Oops, it's done the consolidation here. Okay, now we look for expansion, just like consolidates expansion. So I'm probably gonna enter. Yeah, this minimum trigger for me is enough, even though it hasn't gone below the hourly open yet. This is enough for me. There. Let's just set it to 121.08 like we have with the others. Okay, that's probably me done adding. Okay, so we should start getting expansion now to the downside. Let's mark out low of the day as well. So I'm going to mark out this low. Nope, this one here. What is the level that stands out to me? It's going to be this one here. Why? See, what I'm doing now is the exact same thing, because that was the initial low made. Try to deviate it, failed, pushed up. Try to deviate it, failed, pushed up. Support there. So if that level gives in more than the low of the day, that's more significant to me. Okay, so if that gives in, we should start getting expansion. The fact that we close low as well should be all good. Let's see, let's have a quick gander what Euro's doing. Yeah, New Zealand, dollar CAD. Aussie. Yeah, they're starting to come off as well. See. And that just happens to lie up with the hourly open. Okay, I'll just pause it. Just when I'm about to pause it, it drops. Fucking thing. I thought that was my last frog. Got another box here. Right, I'll just pause this, see. Otherwise, the recording's already 25 minutes. Fuck. Right, here we go. So we're below the hourly open, okay? Obviously, it's just on the 1 minute, but if it is going to be momentum filled, we should start expanding now. We should start expanding now. Quick. And I think a lot of people probably looking to buy a swing failure of this or these highs here. But what I explained, it all came down to the consolidations and which lows are more important, okay? So let me just mark it out separately, okay? So you can tell I'm just passing the time while cable drops. That could be changed shit, man. What's more important? Okay, so obviously this low is important because this is a deviation of that low, hence the range low. Good lesson on fucking ranges, the way I trade them anyway. Okay, if I was to extend that across, we're within that range now. So when I speak about deviation, this is like a bigger deviation of this range. Okay, all about them deviations. So coupled with what I've just explained, we should, once we're below that, okay, and if we want a H1 reasoning, well, this was the H1 candle that closed below and took it below this old range high, okay, resistance. So we shouldn't go above that. So if you want a H1 reasoning behind it, or a bit bigger than the 5 minute range reasoning for the invalidation, this is another one. Okay, so we should not get above that H1. So any pullback, as long as this caps the market, okay, we should be good to go lower. And things are getting really tight here again, getting really messy. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, back to my point was why these are important, because this was the low that took it above the range consolidation. So and coupled with the fact that we've got that little hit that SR level which we haven't tested yet. Could this be the low? Fuck knows. I'm not even bothered if it is the lowest end of the day. But yeah, quick push down. So yeah, pause the video again. It's fucking 28-minute long. I was hoping it'd be like under 10 minutes. Once I start fucking yapping away. Yeah. Okay, so we got market pushing up. Okay, it's finding a bit more support here. That's fine. We're accepting. It's acceptable. Pull back into here. We don't really want to go above here. Okay, I am micromanaging this because it's nearly towards the end of the day on Friday. But we should start pushing lower now. Again, I'm not willing to trail my stop loss because it's still acceptable for it to push up as long as this high doesn't get taken to push lower. But ideal scenario would have been for it to go below here, but this is it. So it's filling this little thin movement here. Let's see what it does now. So it should start rolling over. We don't really want it to go above here because once this was the last consolidation. Well, let's go on the 1 minute. Well, you've seen it in the 1 minute, but pushed it lower, so we don't really want to go above here. If it does go above here, it needs to be an immediate rejection lower. Otherwise, if it starts doing something like this, starts finding support here, that's me out. Okay. So yeah. So let's see what it does. I want to start seeing fast expansion now. Down, down. And what's still making me like still have high probability to the downside is the fact that we haven't taken out a low of the day. We should at least take out a low of the day. Now, if this was doing this sort of thing, if it was to break above after taking out low of the day, then our probability of downside would decrease. Okay. So yeah. So I'm still expecting this to be taken Very surprised if it doesn't. And the significant thing about this level here is not just this 5 minute consolidation, it's the fact that yesterday's low. So we've already made an attempt to break it earlier and it failed. This time it should expand. So I'm always keeping an eye on what is the daily telling me. The daily is currently below yesterday's low and we want it to stay below that. If it's going to get expansion today, it needs to stay below that. Otherwise, if it's going to go up, that is no good. Okay, so I'm always hinging it off the higher time frame. What is the daily telling me? What is the daily candle looking like at the time? So I do go on the lower time frame, but the lower time frame is just like to get more precise entries or where should my risk be? Okay, so bigger picture, if this is the consolidation that's taken, well, within this leg down, we've got smaller consolidations, but that was the high that's taken it below yesterday's low again. If it's going to keep going back above yesterday's low, it's probably going to pop all the way back up, which we don't want to see. Okay, so always keep an eye on, what is the higher time frame saying to you. It just makes the trade idea more highly probable. Even me, I just get caught out on the lower time frame, especially when it's just pure price action trading. Caught out on what the lower time frame is doing. That's human nature, but so I'm always, even though you can't see here, always on my other screen, I'm looking at for the daily up, and I've got the H1 up and H4 up. What are they looking like? So if we get, because if it takes out this low here, low of the day, okay, here I gotta remember we're getting it smaller ranges. So if it was normal day, say if it was like, I don't know, maybe a Thursday or Wednesday earlier in the week, I wouldn't be so aggressive, but end of the week I'm looking to be flat regardless before the market closes. We've got a consolidation here now forming. Okay, so if it does this and then breaks below that and starts dropping, then I'm going to be really aggressive with my stop and trail it there, because if it drops and that takes out low of the day, then that's the consolidation that's taking it below low of the day. We should not go above that. If it does, then that's kind of a breaking structure for me to just get the fuck out. So now what I'm waiting for is this to get cleared. Again, what was he referring to? Using like a model example. I say model example, but what does it look like here? So we're consolidating here. So with the dollar CAD, we were consolidating here. Let me find the example I was looking for. No. Sorry, my bad. Here, the same range. Okay. And once, obviously, made that lower, then push back up. But once it cleared this, we shouldn't really be going back above that. So I think it's fine the dollar CAD example. And it's just an example of when it's a fast move market aiming for certain stops. This is how it does it. Especially cable being volatile. Without that much confidence behind if it was euro, but cable, this can just do like 100 pips in a flash. I'll pause it before I continue chatting shit. Right, so just an update, okay? So it's starting to break down now, and I'm going to be more aggressive with my stop trading. So it's either going to take me out or, hit my target. So I'm trailing it to there, that high there. So fucking mission on its own, just trailing my stops. Okay, so I've locked in most of the position anyway. Any other day I'd be more patient with it, but it's Friday, it's more, it's coming towards the end of the day, I ain't gonna fuck about. So yeah, I've locked in over. If it takes me out, I'll make a couple of R there. So what's happened is, okay, we're breaking, we came up, we found resistance at yesterday's low, we pushed lower, so maybe this spikes up, down, who gives a fuck, I don't care. The main thing is, locking in most of the profit. Okay, so let's see how this unfolds. Yeah, so we've still got low of the day to go, so we should start seeing a quick spike down now. So how far is, oh, that's still significant. I mean, if it is going to go, it needs to do it soon. I mean, it is approaching 6 p.m. Let's see if we can do it before 6 p.m. If not, it'll either trail me out for profit overall. So yeah, so let's see. So I'm just being aggressive with all my stops now. This was the, if we look at it right now, this was the consolidation that's pushed it below yesterday's low, pushed up, put so up once more. We broke down, took out these lows. So yeah, if it's gonna take that out, then most likely it's probably gonna do a deeper retracement later on in May forward. But I don't like the look of that, so I'm just gonna be just trailing my stops. Okay, let the market take me out. Yeah, let's see what it does now. Let's see what let's have gander at euro. Euro just holding towards the low. Euro GBPs, okay, it's taken out this low. Let me just see what date that was. So that was Tuesday's low is taken out. Okay, can live with that. Aussie, Kiwi, dollar cat. Yeah, see if GBP's got momentum. So yeah, I may just end the recording here as well. Otherwise, it's gonna be a fucking hour long. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the recording. I can't be fucked recording anymore. So that's the situation, okay? If it takes that low of the day and starts rejecting, I'll probably close about 2/3 of it, okay? Otherwise, I'll just let it trail me out. Either way, I've made money on it anyway. I mean, even if I just went for the initial position, yeah, that's that, okay? Right, just another update. Even though I said I'm gonna end it here, I'm just gonna trail my stop. So I'm trading my stop loss to this high now here, okay? So we're starting to break down more and more. Still think we get a flush late in the day. So yeah, so fuck all risk now. Locking in most of the move. So yeah, should get a flush at least to the 127.2 extension. But yeah, I'll probably keep the recording going. I'll just pause it and then any updates on price. So yeah, it's coming out. So this is gonna be critical now because we're approaching, low of the day. Okay, pressing through it now. So I'll update. Let's see what happens after that. So what we want to see ideally is just stay below here and just start, expanding, because it's been a bit of a grind. After grind, you just get a big expansion. So let's see what happens. Manhattan, see if there's any chance of fucking 48 pip drop. Go on, my son. Do a 50 pip drop. So it must be Euro, must be falling as well. Yeah, Euro's fucking dying. What's Euro GBP doing? It's holding. It's week to week. Okay, it's dropping. Just do a quick shit. Should be here. I'm just going to be really aggressive at the end of this. So we're going to get the half an hour, 30-minute kind of close. I'm just going to start trading my stop loss there. Just really aggressive. Okay, I'm not going to let it go by all the way back against me. So under a minute, this candle closes. Let's see if I get any consolidations to work with here. So I'm just going to trade my stop losses to here. Just look for any reason to trail. I mean, my luck this week is probably going to spike me out and then drop another 100 points. But fuck it, who cares? Main thing is you're locking in. Yeah, might as well keep the recorder going, since we're going to finish up soon anyway. So if we look, where are we at now? So this is that smaller range, okay? So you mark out that high there. So that was resistance, resistance, resistance. We're below that now. And is it using as SR? Just there, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to pull up into that. And now we just want to see, because it's been consolidated for a while, we just need just fast drops now. Into fast drops. There we are. Can we still get that target? 40 odd pips away. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna trade my stop loss straight to there. Okay, it's being really aggressive. locked in as we go. So it is starting to gain momentum. Whenever I start seeing fast moves like this, I often probably get a little bounce, probably off this here. So I'm gonna close some of the position down. So and I'm gonna end the recording here. I am this time I'm gonna head out. So I hope you enjoyed that. Nice trade from start to finish, reasoning behind it. Okay. Yep. Catch you guys soon. Take care.